Hey everyone, it's Melissa with Up and Our Way. Today I'm going to take you around the massive property that is Caesar's Palace. It's one of the largest properties on the Las Vegas Strip. 3,960 rooms, 124,000 square feet of gaming, and this property opened up in 1966. So I'm going to break it down for you in different areas. So there are going to be chapters linked below. So if you're curious about any of the specific areas, just click on one of the chapters to fast forward. I'll be using this interactive map that I will also link below as we go through this, and I'll be using the lobby as a reference point. As you walk into Caesar's Palace, you come into this expansive lobby, and you're going to see this sort of ornate and Roman decor all throughout the hotel. Okay, let's start with the rooms. There are 5 towers at Caesar's Palace. So we're going to first take a look at the Palace Towers. So coming from the lobby, it is sort of in the back corner there. And the Palace Tower is closest to the pool area. The rooms in the Palace Tower and also the Augustus Tower are our favorites. We actually have another video that I'll link below that give a more complete overview of the rooms in both of these towers. So this Palace Tower room has a view of the pool, and again, it's closest to the pool. So if that's what you like, this is where you should stay. There's a hallway that's just off of the lobby that takes you to both the Augustus Tower and the Octavius Tower. Augustus is closest to the lobby area. And so when you walk down this hallway, you're going to come across the Starbucks. And there's also the 7 stars and diamond registration. So if you are diamond or 7 stars, you check in there. And if you're staying in Augustus Tower, it's right across from the registration area. The Augustus Tower rooms are pretty similar to Palace Tower. However, if you're staying on the correct side of the hotel, you're going to get this fabulous view of the Strip and Bellagio fountains. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to the Octavius Tower. So you just continue on down the hallway and you'll end up at the Octavius Tower elevators. It is pretty far of a walk, so just keep that in mind if you are staying in the Octavius Tower. We don't have room tours of this one or the others that we'll be mentioning, but at least I can show you the locations. The Forum Tower is right off of the casino. As a matter of fact, the Casino Reward Center is right next to the elevators. But keep in mind that this tower was built in the 70s, the rooms are small, and they haven't been updated in quite some time. The Julius Tower is pretty centrally located, and while the rooms have been renovated recently, the rooms are pretty small. This was actually the original tower to Caesar's Palace, built in the 1960s. And the last tower is the Nobu Hotel. And I say hotel because it is actually a separate hotel from Caesar's Palace with a separate registration area. It's very centrally located. Again, an older room, but they've totally renovated it in Japanese style decor. So if you're wondering what you're going to eat while you're staying at Caesar's Palace, let's walk you through all of the restaurant options here. So first we'll start with Hell's Kitchen. It's a very widely popular place run by Gordon Ramsay, and you do need reservations to go here. It's actually located outside of the hotel itself. Restaurant Guy Savoy is the priciest restaurant on the property. It's a French restaurant run by Guy Savoy, who is a Michelin star chef, and it is located near the Augustus Tower elevators going upstairs towards the spa and wedding chapel area. Once you get up the stairs, you'll find it really easily. As an example of pricing, they have a set menu that is $555 per person. Right off of the lobby is Cafe Americana. It is a 24-hour American cafe, hence the name. But also outside there is a terrace area where you can enjoy the same food. Okay, so let's move on to the restaurants that are in the general casino area. Okay, let's start with Amalfi. It is an Italian restaurant that is presented by Bobby Flay. It is pretty pricey though. Then we're moving on to Seersucker, which is an American food restaurant. It's temporarily closed, but it is more moderately priced. And then moving on to Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill. He has a second restaurant on the property. It is again pretty expensive, and you can expect British pub food. Then we also have Lisa Vanderpump's Vanderpump Cocktail Bar. I didn't include pricing here because it's mostly drinks, just some light bites, but you can expect to pay about $18 to $20 per drink. And then now we are going on to the Forum Food Hall. This is where you're going to get your cheap eats. So here they have everything from pizza to burgers to barbecue, tacos. There's a wide variety. And also there is a Starbucks at this location. In the general casino area, you're going to come across a whole bunch of bars and lounges. So while I didn't really give you too much information on these, we wanted to show them to you just so you have an idea of where you can get a drink. So there's this little walkway that's over by the Nobu Hotel, and there are some restaurants in that area as well. So let's go through those. First, we'll start with Homestead Steakhouse. It is an expensive steakhouse and the only one, I guess, at Caesar's Palace, but you can expect $222 for 2 people for their prefix meal. If you order a la carte, you'll be paying more for that. And then, of course, you can't be near the Nobu Hotel and not have a Nobu restaurant. So Nobu is a wildly popular Japanese restaurant, and you can expect to have delicious sushi and other Japanese food here. Cleopatra's Barge is a classic Las Vegas lounge. This place has been here as long as I can remember, and we've been coming to Vegas for quite some time. So there are some performers that come and play in here. Sadly, it's closed due to the pandemic. I hope it reopens soon, but I just love walking through here and looking at this cool boat going through the building. If you're looking to have a cigar, you'll want to hit up the Monte Cristo Cigar Bar. It's right across from the Cleopatra's Barge, and it looks like a cool little place to come and hang out and have a cigar. All right, now we're going to take a look at the restaurants that are at the back of the property. Starting with Beijing Noodle Number 9. It's a Chinese restaurant that is moderately priced, and there are fish tanks that are in this restaurant, which kind of give it a cool little vibe. And next up in this area is Rao's, which is an Italian restaurant that's supposed to taste like homemade Italian food. And next to that is Mr. Chow. You take an elevator up, and it's a high-end Chinese restaurant with views. Pronto Baggiata is an Italian, California, quick bites type of food place. She also obviously has a wine bar, as you can see here, and the food is around the corner. And last, but certainly not least for restaurants, is the Bacchanal Buffet. You can expect to pay $55 for lunch and $75 for dinner, but the selection is vast, and people who like buffets rave about Bacchanal. I wanted to give you sort of a point of reference. If you're back by the buffet, you can take a hallway that leads to the Octavius and the Augustus Tower through the back area. And now we're moving on to the pool area. So the pools are accessed near the Palace Tower elevators. There are 7 pools on the Caesars Palace property. But just be aware that not all of them are accessible by the public. There are a couple that are for preferred guests or invited guests. There are some family pools, there is an adult pool, and there was actually a pool while we were there, it happens to be this one, that you could only get into if you had a daybed or a cabana. We enjoy the Caesars Palace pools because they are just so expansive. There are a ton of seating areas, so you really didn't have to try to look for a seat for very long. The Coliseum is Caesars Palace's big performing arts venue. It is at the far side of the property, and you'll have performers like Usher when we were here, or Elton John, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Rod Stewart. Those are just a few that have performed at the Coliseum itself. And then aside from that, Caesars Palace does have another show called Absinthe. And Absinthe is a fun acrobatic show that is quirky and sexy, and that is located outside near Hell's Kitchen, actually. And when you're out there, if you want to have a beer or something before the show, they have this cool little beer garden area, and you can grab a beer and just hang out before the show. And if you want to get your dance on, Omnia Nightclub is here. It's pretty central to the casino, and during the weekend, you're going to see a lot of people hanging out here trying to get in. This is probably a slow time. And if you're coming for gaming, fear not, people. This place has 124,000 square feet of gaming area. There are several different areas of casino, different areas of table games as well. So you're not going to lack finding the machine that you want or the table game that you are looking for here at Caesars Palace. But don't forget, if you are going to play, make sure you get your Caesars Rewards card. This is how you're going to earn comps or at least discounts. When it's time to cash in all of your winnings, the cashier cage is nearest to the Julius Tower. And the sports book is at the far end of the property, kind of close to the Forum Shops entrance. Although there have been some bigger, badder sports books built in Vegas in recent years, the Caesar Sportsbook is one of our favorites, and we can just sit at the bar, play video poker, and watch sports all afternoon. If shopping is your thing, there are two main areas. First, back here near the Palace Tower, there are the Appian shops. And so these are just kind of a mishmash of different types of stores, from different essentials to little clothing boutiques, etc. And then there are the world famous Forum shops. So the Forum shops are located at the far side of the lobby, and there are 160 shops and restaurants here. So I know we talked a lot about the restaurants inside of the property, but you're going to find a lot more here. Examples and popular ones include Carmine's, Joe's Seafood, Trevi, Palm Restaurant, and the Cheesecake Factory. And then also there are a lot of high-end retail stores like Louis Vuitton, Versace, Armani, Gucci. But you'll also find, stores like Victoria's Secrets and some of the not high-end stores. So you can find a little of everything here. Let's talk a little bit about transportation. So if you brought your car with you and want to use the self-parking garage, it is near the Forum Shops entrance. They're way on the side. And there's also a valet that's in this area, but it's mainly for the Forum Shops. You can use it for the hotel as well, though. The main valet area, and where you are going to get an Uber or a taxi, is right here just off of the entrance. But there's also a separate valet area that is over by the Augustus Tower. However, that is reserved for 7 Stars members only. And speaking of 7 Stars members, the Laurel Lounge is also right off of here. So you can access it if you're a Diamond, but you have to pay. If you're Diamond Plus, you get some access, or of course, if you're a 7 Stars. It was locked, so we couldn't see it. So also in this area here by the Augustus Tower elevators, and remember the Guy Savoy restaurant, this is where you'll find the spa and wedding chapels. So let's take a look at the spa area first. Of course, I can't go into the actual spa rooms themselves because, that might be an interference of privacy, but you get the general idea of what the spa area looks like. And then there are several wedding chapels here, and the wedding chapels all vary in size. There are also a couple of wedding chapels that are down by the pool area, but unfortunately, we were not able to get footage of those chapels. If you're here for a conference, you're going to find the elevator and escalator way in the back here near Palace Tower and near some of those restaurants back there. This place was massive. I have since learned that there is 550,000 square feet of conference space. And we walked up there and it just felt like we were walking forever, and it was never ending. One of the things that a lot of people miss when visiting Caesar's Palace is the four-faced Brahma Shrine. It's a place where everybody can come and ask for prosperity and good fortune, and it was donated by a wealthy customer and built in Thailand and brought over here. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, we'd appreciate you subscribing and becoming part of the Up and Our Way family. All right, guys, that's all I have for this time. So take care and we'll see you next time.